Yay, welcome back to Minecraft, part 6. Today, I said yesterday that today I'll be talking about how I'm spending my final summer break right now before I start university life. And meanwhile, I'm starting a farm because my food situation is looking pretty dire right now. So yeah, I'll get started on the farm, probably a wheat farm, while I start talking about my summer life. Oh yeah, another thing I'm gonna do is like organize these chests. Okay, need to get some wood. So, after graduation my graduation was on May 31st, but graduation wasn't even the first time I was like truly free. Basically, I was free beginning from like ever since I finished my final IB exam, because after that point there's no point coming to school anymore. You've done everything. So I guess I could say that the first moment that I was really free was around May 10th, and that is when my my summer break, I guess, started. And the official summer break, but for contrast, in my school started on September. No, not September. What am I saying? It started on June 13th, or no, June 14th. June 13th was the final day of school. I already have a crafting table. Interesting. So while everyone except the seniors got like a normal summer break, my summer break basically started at May 10th. So let me just go over some things that I did. And overall, before I continue, this gives us almost a 4 months period to prepare for the college semester. Admittedly, I didn't spend this 4 months period being extremely productive or anything. I took that time to get like a lot of deserved time off. You know, I've been studying for so long, so I needed a break. I think I can put my farm here where all these trees are. So let me clear those out first. So the first thing I did was, after my final exam ended on May 10th, the funny thing is some of my classmates still weren't done, because the way that the IB exam schedule works is that when you finish an exam you have to follow like a specific schedule. So when I finished my exam, that was the final exam for me, because I didn't take subjects like biology or economics or psychology. But the people that did had to take their exams after me. So there was an additional week of exams that lasted until May 18th, and people were still taking exams until then. But I didn't have to be in school anymore because I was completely done with all 17 of my exams. Funnily enough, I had like the maximum possible number of exams than anyone else, basically, but I ended up finishing a whole week early, which means you can probably imagine how annoying it was during the actual exam period. I had to like do like 9 exams per week for the last one. And also, the reason I'm bringing this schedule thing up is because I had arranged to go on a kind of like a post-exam trip, not really graduation trip, but like a post-exam trip with my friends for fun. And I was going to one of my friends' grandfather's houses, and it was in like a different province of South Korea. So it was for me. I don't know about the other people that went along on my trip, but for me it was the first, like, even if it's domestic, it was my first trip experience, I guess, going with my friends without any supervision whatsoever. Because when I went to New York, I had supervision from, you know, teachers and adults that were in charge, but here there were not really any adults in charge. So it was kind of a great experience. And I couldn't just go immediately at May 10th. I had to wait until my friends were done with the exams, because remember the scheduling conflict, right? So basically, I was able to go on the trip from May 14th to 16th. Yeah, I remember that correctly, 14th to 16th. Because for my friends, the last exam was on the 14th, like the same day that we started the trip. So what we did is, what we did is we decided to, since the exam was in the morning, we decided to just immediately take you know, start heading to the train station to our destination right after the exams. So that was a pretty fun experience. And furthermore, I actually recorded a vlog of the entire thing. It is unlisted for my friend's privacy, but I did record a vlog for it, and it was really fun because I get to document the memories that way, right? I need to make some more torches. So that trip overall, that was my first trip, like my first moment of freedom that I felt after finishing the IB exams. And it was when I first realized that, wow, I have literally nothing to do anymore for the next 3 months. I'm not obligated to do anything. I mean, I have to, of course, prepare for college and, you know, look for my general direction in life, but that's not an obligation. No one can tell me to do that, right? So for the first time, I was experiencing, like, freedom after high school. And after looking it up online, people always said on the internet, not to me, but on the internet, that the final summer break is going to be the best summer break of your life, so spend it wisely. Don't get too busy, and of course take a lot of rest, right? So I could have spent that time I could have took that advice my own way and decided to, like, not upload anything on YouTube, just not do anything productive, and just instead catch up on any missed sleep for the next 4 months and do nothing but sleep and play. But personally, you know that I didn't really sleep. I did sleep. Like, I had a good sleep schedule and a pretty efficient life, so I didn't really enjoy wasting time, even when I took the DP. So you would know that this proposed schedule wasn't, like, the right one for me. So instead, 2, 3, 4. So instead of doing that, I would stay productive, go to the gym, and do all of those things. Because I felt that way it would be, I can enjoy the summer break the way that I want to. Like, I can control how much I enjoy my summer break. And also not completely waste all of my time and start, you know, not lose every single piece of motivation I ever grew over my hard years of work in the IB. Because once you start sleeping every single day, you're going to lose some of that motivation to go back to school and actually pick up that pace again, you know? It's really hard to. Yeah, I wanted to not lose that motivation. I think I'll make the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hole. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, who cares? Who cares if it's bad? So, in terms of what I actually did on that trip that I went to my friend's grandparents' house, we had access to a barbecue. We had a lot of fun talks. We watched movies. We like played a lot of Brawl Stars because, you know, Brawl Stars was making a comeback. It still is, I think. And we even did the karaoke in, like, a karaoke room. It was great. Overall, a lot of spiritual, friendly bonding time. And of course, since this was the first trip, after obtaining some freedom, we were all super, like, you know, energy high and very happy and excited and all that. We of course we ate a lot of delicious things, including the barbecue and some home cooked meals, and overall it was nice. Now I'm gonna make a double fence here. After the trip ended, so when we came back at around May 16th, the exam people were also completely done. I remember no one was really taking exams anymore, so everyone in my whole grade was, like, celebrating the completion of the exams, and we were getting ready for graduation because our graduation is on May 31st. Was on May 31st. We also had our senior prom, which is, like, something you can't miss. Surprisingly, people missed it because the tickets were too expensive, but personally, you only get one of them in your life. A senior prom is, you know, unforgettable, so there's no way I couldn't go, right? Not especially after, you know, I also made all those friends that I connected to last year over the year, it would have been kind of a waste of time to like, you know, not go and miss out on of all of those opportunities. Sorry, pardon me. So the next trip I went was a few weeks after graduation. So graduation was an unforgettable experience. It was great and all. It was amazing. I got to play a piano solo piece to represent my grade, and that was amazing because it meant that the principal personally like encouraged me to do it, nominated me, and that was just one of the things that made graduation really special in my opinion. But also, the graduation was not. It's not really a break, right? So I can talk about graduation in a future episode all I want, but in my opinion, there's not really that much to talk about, or at least what I can talk about in here, of course. But like, all I can say was that I was really happy for that entire day and night because it's the end of a new chapter in my life. Now, yeah, so let me talk about the next trip. So the next trip I went to was in June, around early June. And until that point though, I didn't really do much after graduation. Because the thing is, everyone except the people in my grade still have school, right? So it wasn't like we could just all let loose and like just have fun with every other person I knew. But because my friends were in lower grades as well. But I was able to spend time and connect with those people a lot more because, you know, when June, I don't know about like other schools, but in my school, when June rolls around, people don't really do anything. No one even teachers like just give up. They don't give any homework assignments. We just start watching movies in class. It's basically what you're gonna experience in grade 12 after your exams end, but with the added stress that you're gonna have to continue the next year. For us, we don't have that stress. We have college stress instead. But we do have a lot more freedom. Anyway, after playing with my friends like around school during early June, and of course continuing to go to like band rehearsals and occasionally visiting school to like meet my friends to play and eat with, because once again, school's not over for those people. But yeah, the next trip was a trip still within Korea, because let me just spoil it for you. I didn't go on any international graduation trips during my summer break, and I won't, because right now it's too late, and also very expensive, hard to plan. And I've never been on those before without supervision. But anyway, I did go to the east side of Korea to somewhere called Sokcho, and it's basically like, didn't I see this around here like 3 episodes ago? What is it still doing here? So I went there, and it's basically a beach kind of area, but it's like less expensive than like somewhere like Busan that all tourists know about. It's a bit more like in the countryside, at least where I was. But there was like an ocean resort there, so we got to have fun by swimming in the beach, getting some sunshine, and coming back to the room with my friends to play like games and play Brawl Stars and have delicious dinners and talk. Even though, I mean, it was not completely unsupervised. We had one of my friends' parents like looking over us, but they weren't in the room with us. Like in the room it was just us, so we were just having fun. Here you go. And I'll keep some for myself because right now I don't have food. Actually, I'll just go looking for food while I have apples on me. And I'll also bring a chest to use there. Okay. Now that trip was also really fun because, the beach was the highlight in my opinion. It wasn't like the best view of the beach ever, but a beach is a beach, and in South Korea, usually everything's pretty beautiful here anyway, so I really enjoyed it. And plus, the most important thing is that I got to spend time with my friends in somewhere that's like not familiar, and that's always fun and exciting. It's thrilling, right? The next, I need to make a hopper. Okay. Oops. Now that trip was also only that trip was 1 night only, and then it was just a road trip back. Now in terms of traveling, before I talk about more traveling, I think I'm going to talk about what else, like, productively I did. I did mention that I did go to the gym, so I still do that. But the more important thing I decided to do was start tutoring people. Because I wanted to, help people. I need more wood. I wanted to help people exceed, especially in subjects that people have know that there's a reputation for being difficult. So for example, IB Maths AAHL was the prime candidate here. People always think that that subject is incredibly difficult, but I can definitely prove that it's not that extremely difficult as it seems, as long as you put in the proper amount of work. You don't even need to study like 10 hours every single day, because that's not what I did at all. And I did not come from like an incredibly math-rich background. And I wanted to show that math can be easy and fun. So to achieve this, oh my god, I need whatever. And so to achieve this, I decided to start tutoring people. The thing is, I don't have a lot of time and I didn't have a lot of experience tutoring. I basically had no experience apart from the volunteering I did as part of my class and one of the clubs that I joined. I didn't really have any other direct teaching experience, right? So of course, I'm not going to go on like a dedicated tutoring site or like a literally a business or something like that. I'm not going to do that. I was just looking for some like tutoring that I could do, especially with the people that I know in school. And I ended up teaching this one student who is a friend of mine in a lower, like one grade lower than me. And it was a really great experience getting to teach my favorite subject in high school while also earning some cash on the side. I didn't charge like the highest amount because first of all, I was inexperienced with the whole aspect. And also, I don't, like that wasn't my primary aim. My aim was to help people, right? And I wanted the experience. Oops, wrong placement. There we go. Now, so that tutoring lasted with that student lasted around how long? Like almost basically a month. It was about. I could have gone longer, but the thing is that student had to go to America because of some international affairs, which makes sense. If you're a rising senior, you have to get people enjoy doing summer programs and stuff. So that does make sense. So I had the challenge of only having 9 sessions to offer, but within those 9 sessions, I'll be able to cover literally everything in the AAHL syllabus for the second year of DP. And that student, like, she was really satisfied, so I'm very excited to hear that. And it was fun to gain that experience because now when I do tutoring in the future, because I am planning to do that next year, like when I come back to Korea next year for the summer break, since I'm now an enrolled university student, I can actually, I can have more reputation and therefore be able to teach people outside of just my school. I can teach anyone that is willing to sign up and, pay for it, and therefore I can charge higher fees, have even more experience, and so on. So that's very promising in my opinion. I need to look for more food because my seeds will not grow overnight. Actually, I need to create a fence for my animals. Yeah, I'll do that. So that's something very productive that I did until June 30th. And in the meantime, I was starting to get ready for college around this time because there were still a lot of things left to do. For example, one of the things I had to do was get my study permit. And that's basically a document, if you're unfamiliar, it's a document that allows you to study in an international country without being like a citizen of that country. And also, it doesn't allow you to enter the country, but it's like similar to a visa. Now, it was my first time applying for one of those, so the process itself was kind of stressful. But in the end, I did get the permit. And since it's Canada, I also got the ability to get a co-op work permit, which allows me to work within Canada during my session of study. So that's basically what I was doing. I had to write like an application for it. I had to write some supplemental documents. I also had to go get my actual like visa, which I didn't have to get a visa, but like something similar. It's called an ETA for Canada. I had to get that, which actually allows me to enter the country. I also had to get biometrics, which is like my fingerprints, and also get like a physical examination for health purposes to make sure I'm not carrying any viruses and that I don't do drugs and all that good stuff. I think my animals can go here. Yes. Now, that part is really boring. I wouldn't really count that as part of my enjoyment of summer break, because who enjoys filling out a bunch of forms and learning about the immigration requirements for an international country, right? Sorry about the Discord message, by the way. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb. So, I will quickly move beyond this topic. Now, since summer break by this time has actually started for both 12th grade and every other grade in existence, I decided to spend a lot of days like playing with my friends, because I won't be able to see them for another year, right? Which made me very sad and emotional. So I wanted to spend as much time with them as I wanted to. So my friends I could see like regularly, because for example I went to a band, still like an external out of school band, which made it so I would like be able to like play music with that friend and then talk with a friend every single rehearsal time. And in other instances, there were times where I would just like arrange hangouts with other people, say, hey, you want to hang out, or hey, you want to have lunch? Because I feel like those experiences get way more valuable, as this is the last summer break before college, right? Some of these people you're probably never going to see again in your life, and some of them you're going to see every year or so. None of them are going to the same university as me. I'm the only one going to this university for my class. But the beauty of this experience is that you don't know who's gonna stay with you and who's not. In some ways that's painful to think about, but in most ways that's elegant and natural, in my opinion. That's for the cows, this is for the sheep. Yes, I'll make sheep. Maybe I'll make chicken, who knows. Now, I met with people usually like the frequency of my meetings was like kind of random. Sometimes I met with people like 3 times a week, and sometimes, but this was like kind of rare. Usually I would just meet them like around like I don't know, just like once or twice a week. Just because I am pretty busy as well. Even though I don't got studying to do, I still have to go to the gym every single day, and then practice for college, keep playing piano and all that. I had a lot more time to play Project Sekai and like Hypixel Bed Wars, and also play my Minecraft server. Play on the Minecraft server that we started in Hypixel, but nowadays we don't really play that anymore. It's kind of dead now because the Minecraft phase ended, but it may come back. That's also the beauty of it. We don't know. So that's basically June. In terms of traveling, once again, I didn't really travel for any purposes else other than like the beach trip to Sokcho that I did in June. Apart from that, not really much. Now, in July, basically, it was like a new month, right? July is like the prime of summer because it's the only months in summer, at least for me, where you're gonna have a completely free month without any concern of going back to school. It's like the prime time of summer. So, for me, I chose to go to another trip with my friends, which is very exciting. I actually ended up going to Busan this time, so this time it's the place where all the tourists hang out, where all the the popular people are, where all the wealthy people are. But mostly, the important part about Busan is that there's a lot of delicious food and beaches and great sightseeing views, things to see, night sky, all that. And also my friends can legally drink now, so that was quite a fun experience. I didn't do any drinking though, because I'm not that type. Not a bad thing, but I personally don't prefer drinking. Just not that type. So yeah. I wonder how it's gonna be when I go to college though. I wonder if like everyone's gonna drink. How many people are gonna be partying? Because it really depends on what university you go to. So yeah. I guess I'll see when I get there. So, in July, when I went to Busan, this was around July 12th to 14th, I had a lot of fun with my friends, as I mentioned earlier. I think the best part was like that instead of renting like a hotel room, because like we were completely unsupervised, like we didn't have any parents with us or anything. We were just in Busan, like the 4 of us. And the great thing about this is that we decided to spend our own money from our own allowance to rent a kind of just like rental room from something like Airbnb. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It basically allows you to rent rooms for a certain price, like a low price. And then we just did it for 2 nights. So we stayed in Busan for 2 nights. It was really great. And I ate like a lot. Like I don't know how, but since I'm on a trip, I guess my stomach gains some kind of superpower where it just never gets full. But I ate so many chips, so much like fresh water, like fish meat. I don't know what you call it, hui in Korean. Overall, a great bonding time, you know. Now before that, like this funny thing is, I actually went to Busan a day prior to my friends because I went to visit my grandparents. So that's another thing that I did for the summer. I visited my grandparents' house, and my grandfather lives with my dad's sister, so like my aunt and uncle, and they have a baby. So that baby's my cousin, and he's around elementary school 5th grade or middle school 1st grade. I can't quite remember because they use the Korean system. But he's adorable, so I got to spend a whole night of playing with him. I even slept at their house for a night, so that was fun. That's the last time I'm gonna sleep at my grandfather's house until the next year. Kind of sad now that I think about it. And we also had a nice like extended family gathering. I had to get. I was gonna do. Yeah, while I wait for this wheat to grow, I'm gonna get some more sand to cover the windows with. Now, that's part of my family. That was like part of my family life that I got to enjoy before leaving to Canada. And the Busan trip overall was a way for me to like have fun with connect with my friends. Now the great thing about July is that this is also when my IB exam results come out. So the thing is, this year they came out on July 6th, and on that day, coincidentally, I was having a birthday party. Like, it wasn't my birthday, but it was a birthday for like 5 other people whose birthdays were also in July, so we had like a combined party for them. We rented out a party room and everything, similar to what we did in Busan, but it was like a larger room. But there were more people, so we could split the cost between more individuals. Now, it was like at the moment that we were in this room and having fun, like singing karaoke and all that stuff, is when my results came out. Because they came out, for my time zone, they came out on 9 p.m. So it was like literally when we were about to leave. So that was so seeing my results was totally the best thing I could experience. I'm being sarcastic, of course. The best thing I could experience on my way home. For the ride home that took like an hour. And my friends were right next to me, so yeah, sharing that experience was great. Definitely did not expect to get the score that I got. But I'm glad that the work paid off. Now, I wanted to do a bunch of other things after the Busan trip to make my summer more memorable, but also I wanted to stay productive because, I love being productive. I'm not a work addict because, you would tell because I'm not addicted to doing schoolwork. I'm not preparing for like my actual college classes right now. I can't even find the class module. I'll have to look for that, but I'll probably start that on a later date, maybe like a week before classes start. There's no point starting this early. I've browsed the subreddits for my university and explored student life. I think that's way more important. Learning how to get like a bank account, preparing for like dieting options, all that kind of stuff is way more important in my opinion. But my main point is that I wanted to stay more productive. So exactly after Busan trip, like literally on the train ride home from Busan to Seoul is when I discovered one of the ways that will change my life. So I decided to follow Jun Yu's system of 4 wins daily. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's popping up in a lot of people's recommendeds right now, and for a good reason. Like, he definitely deserves it because he is before I started watching his videos and started following his strategies, I didn't really have like, this is not a promotion or anything by the way, but like I'm just telling it like it is. I didn't really have any motivation to go to the gym every single day like I do now, because I didn't really realize how important it was. But now I go to the gym every single day because, you know, I find it enjoyable, and it's fulfilling that I'm growing my physical health like this. I gotta look for more food. Holy crap. Basically what the system 4 wins, for those who don't know, is that every single day you can turn your life into a life that you're obsessed with living through 4 steps. And the first one is through there are going to be 4 wins each, daily wins, and the point here is being consistent. If you're able to stay consistent with these wins every single day and orient them toward your goals, then you will have success in life. For me, one of those, for example, was learning Japanese. So what I do right now is learn Japanese every single day for 30 minutes to an hour. It depends on how much time I have that day. Another thing I do is run 5 kilometers every single day, because I found that running really helps my health and mood. So when I'm feeling down, I run, but the challenge there is initiating the running itself when I'm feeling down. Like when I don't want to get out of my bed, I have to go running. But nowadays I overcome that with minimal difficulty. I'm able to just just get over the feeling and just run. And the other one is another thing I do is meditation, because I figured out that training to focus on certain things really helps me be more productive while being more mindful of things. And I also started journaling every single day, noticing what accomplishments I got done, what I did good at for that day, any particular events that happened, any moods or exciting feelings, anything I learned, and anything I could have done better, and interesting insights about the day. I include everything I could write about that day, but of course not too long because I don't have that much time. But yeah, it's also the motivation that I gained to have more time to start doing some more personal projects. Like this YouTube series right now that I'm doing is also like kind of a personal project, right? No one told me to do this. It's not oriented toward my academic life or anything, but it's something I chose to do for fun. So I guess it counts as a personal project. Like when I go to college itself, I'm not sure how much time I'm gonna have. I may continue uploading, but I'm probably not gonna be uploading daily videos. By probably, I mean definitely, because I won't have the time. Probably weekly is the best way that I'm gonna go, the safest way I could go. I already looked at my class schedule and everything, because those are also posted near the end of July. I don't think I mentioned this, but yeah, one of the things I forgot to mention, I also did my course selection for my universities around mid-July, because that is when the option to choose things came out. So like I had the option to choose apply for residence, and then apply for different classes and semester schedules. So for example, I chose a schedule where I'm gonna have next year off for the summer instead of working, but every other year after that I'm gonna be working in Canada, because next year I want to come back to Korea, get my driver's license, attend the Rising Seniors graduation next year, and see my grandparents one more time, and then get ready for military service, because that's the thing you have to do in Korea. All of that extra stuff is something those are all part of the reason that I'm staying in Korea for next year summer. I'll probably also do a lot more tutoring while I have the chance in Korea. Now, following that system, I've been following that system for about a month now, because it's been about a month since the Busan trip. It hasn't quite been 30 days yet, but it's around 20 something days right now that I'm keeping this up. And I can say it's helped a lot. Part of my mental win, which is like basically learning something new for at least 15 minutes every single day. But nowadays it's gone up to about an hour based on how much time I have. Right now, instead of learning Japanese, I still do that, but like nowadays I'm learning college stuff. So I'm learning what to bring for my college dorms, how to start budgeting effectively, how to maximize time, watching various YouTube videos to find the best channels for things like personal finance and organization, how to survive college as a freshman without being exposed to anything else, like what they don't tell you about college, all those kind of things. Those have really helped me create like a more profound knowledge about college that I didn't know before. So I'm so glad that I watched those videos. It has really helped me. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is after a few weeks of using the system, I guess it was around late July. So like July 20 something. Now I didn't go on any trips after this, after the Busan trip, because that would be way too expensive, but I did still continue hanging out with my friends. Some of my friends were in other places, like out of the country, so I couldn't meet them, but most of my friends were still here. I kept going to band and then meeting some of my best friends. I also tried out new things. Like for example, I usually stick to like 1 or 2 locations when I hang out with my friends, but I decided to go to a few more locations during the summer. So that was an exciting new experience, because when you know that as a pre-college student you're going to be leaving the country, especially internationally, you want to experience the most of Korea as you can. So for me, that included going on walks. So part of my gym schedule is that my gym closes on Sundays, which is interesting. I guess it gives us a day off. But for someone who wants to exercise every single day like me, follow the system, I think of an alternative. So what I decided to do is spend my 2 hours or so walking very long distances. So there's this like famous place in Seoul that I walk to, and it takes me around 2 weeks to walk. Not 2 weeks, what am I saying? 2 hours to walk there on foot. Not 2 hours. It takes 2 hours to walk there and back on foot. And that is if I'm walking at a moderately quick pace. And walking quickly is essential if you want to like actually have it contribute toward your health. That's at least what my mom told me. I haven't fact checked that, but there's no reason to be false. So my windows are probably done smelting. Yep. That's something else I did. I also started to walk my dog a lot, because I do have a dog. I probably didn't mention this before, but I do have a dog at home, and this dog is very special to me because he's been part of my family since, when was it? 2015. Yeah, so when I was in 3rd grade is when my dog first came to my house. So he's around 9 years old now. He's 9 years old in human years, I guess, which makes around 50 something in dog years. He's getting like kind of middle age to old age between there. Maybe it's time for him to retire. So the thing about when it may not be that understandable if you don't own a pet, but if you do, you will definitely know what I'm talking about. Especially when you're going to college and you're about to leave your pet for a really long time, you start to have all sorts of doubts, right? And these doubts can range from like mild to very extreme in some cases. For example, I would hate to admit it, but there is the chance that my pet will die over the next year that I'm not going to be there for him. And that's so depressing to think about, and that just gives you a slightly wider perspective on how important it is to cherish all sorts of life, right? Especially life that are connected to you by family. And as a 17-year-old, I have not been exposed to much like death, which is, I guess, is ideal. Oops. Totally didn't just break that to match the number of pains I had. But my point is that life is going to be unfair a lot, so I have to prepare for that, and therefore, let's just say this represents my real dog in real life. I decided to take him out for walks as much as possible, because when I did reflect on how much I walked my dog, it turns out it's not as much as I hoped. So I decided to fix that by walking him out more. Maybe during this Sunday, like, which is literally tomorrow, today's a Saturday for me. So tomorrow I'm going to walk my dog and count that as my physical exercise. Maybe walk him near the hills that are by my house. I'm not gonna walk him like 10 kilometers like I do when I'm walking alone, because that would literally like destroy his legs when he's also middle-aged, so yeah. But you see my point. I want to spend a lot of time with my dog before I have to leave, right? That's another thing I did over the summer. Now that August is here, it's around the middle of soon gonna be the middle of August. But in the early times of August, I didn't do much, and especially I couldn't meet my friends as often as I used to be able to, because they've become busy as well. Most of my friends are rising seniors, so like one grade below me, and this meant that I would have less time to hang out with them. And I'm going to have to respect that, right? Because, you know, it's almost their most important year before they go to college. Now, I'm going to be leaving in just 15 days from now, as you can tell from the title of this video and the countdown that I have on my phone. And for those 15 days, I want to spend time like preparing for college, starting to pack, and also I'm going to be trying to hang out with my friends as much as possible for the final time. Like I've asked some of my friends like if they want to like go eat something. Some of them are already prepared to leave the country. Some of them are already gone, so I can't like, hang out with them anymore. But it is fascinating to see all these people have their lives branching out in different ways and flourishing in their own unique, wonderful lives that they're heading into. As for me, I'm still not quite sure of my direction in life or college yet, but I will see when I get there. I didn't know what to do at high school until I got there either, right? So we will see. I'm just hoping that I have the ability to adapt to new environments, be patient with things that I'm uncomfortable with, and hopefully after some time I'll be adjusted to the schedule that I created for myself, be able to, you know, do my own laundry and go to the gym every single day still, do everything I need. Hopefully that'll be something I'll be able to achieve. Since my tutoring ended in the end of June, I haven't really done anything IB oriented apart from my YouTube channel that I started. So I started a YouTube channel called Wani. It's W-A-N-I, not the spelling of this channel. And it means crocodile in Japanese as a kind of a reference to the fact that I'm learning Japanese, but people on that channel don't know that. It's very new, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to upload it, but as of right now, I'm just uploading daily shorts where I solve an IB Math AHL problem within under a minute and showing the steps along the way with my notes, because I think that would be a pretty fun concept that I decided to try. I don't really care about like how many views it gets, but like I'm just trying to create content and see what people like, see what I like as well. If it gets too burdensome, especially when I start college, then I'll probably stop doing it because, you know, academics comes first before people you don't know. I'll link the channel down in the description if you're interested to check it out. It would be great if you could check it out, definitely. Leave a like and subscribe on it. And overall, that brings us to the end of this video. I built a farm. I wasn't able to herd animals into it yet because, you know, I don't have the wheat. But tomorrow, that's definitely what I'll be doing for sure. I was able to install some windows, all while discussing what I've been doing during my summer break. Yep, so one final thing, since I've been following the system and trying to stay productive while also having time for myself, it is quite busy. I'm not gonna lie, my summer break is being busy right now. I don't work part-time like some people in my grade already are, but I'm trying to keep myself occupied, finding what I like, finding my interests, getting ready for college, and doing that every single day really does take more time than you think. So for example, my morning routine would consist of, first of all, waking up and then doing like a quick core workout, like push-ups or something, and then that would help me like get from my sleepy state to my actually awake state, or at least partially awake. And then after that, I can take the weed out so I don't forget to do that next episode. And then after that, I would start studying Japanese, do my Genshin daily quest, do my Project Sekai daily quest, upload my daily math YouTube short, which takes around 30 minutes, so it doesn't really take that long to make a short at all. That's why they're great to make. And then I would learn something new. So for example, I would look up like college tips or anything else until 9 a.m. Once 9 a.m. hits, it's my time to go back to the comfort of my bed and have some personal time. And for me, that includes watching my webtoons, like catching up on webtoons that I didn't see. My webtoons refresh every single day, so there's always something to watch. And then I'll do some meditation and some personal time. So that'll give me around 45 more minutes. And then once it hit 10 a.m., I would go to the gym. So like I usually go to the gym around 10 a.m. nowadays during summer break. When I come back from gym, it's around 11. I shower and then I eat lunch around 12, and then I get ready to learn some more things. Like sometimes during the gym, I watch videos, like educational videos to prepare me for college. And that's like kind of a multitasking thing. For some reason, I retain information really well when I'm actively working. I don't know if that's scientifically proven or not, but it's something that I've noticed that I'm taking advantage of. So today, for example, I learned about active recall, spaced repetition, and some other study techniques that I'll be utilizing in college, hopefully. Now, what else? Oh yeah, my afternoon routine is a bit more relaxed because most of my tasks are done in the morning. I'm that kind of person. Like, I just enjoy doing things in the morning when I barely notice I'm tired. In the afternoon, I'm more tired, so the more I'm gonna enjoy doing more relaxing tasks. For example, recording this video. I'm recording this video at 4 p.m., not 4 a.m., that'd be horrible. 4 p.m. That's usually the time I record these videos, so that they'll be up around by 6 p.m. Apart from yesterday, because I was hanging out with people. But, usually videos will be up around 5 p.m. after I finish, like, exporting them, you know? It takes about an hour to do that. And then once I finish everything, and I finish everything there is to do, it's probably around 5 p.m. I'll get ready for dinner, have some time in my bed to like watch YouTube or Instagram shorts or whatever. Because now that I've finished all my work for the day, I can like just spend that rest of my time to do whatever I want, right? And then after I eat dinner, I get that energy recharged in me, and then I start journaling my day. Because journaling should really happen at night after you finish your day. There's no point journaling in the morning. So that's pretty much the only task that I leave until the night. Once I'm done journaling, I'm fully free, so I can like go on a Discord call with my friends or start playing like Minecraft for fun, Bed Wars, or anything. Brawl Stars probably. Project Sekai, record a video for Project Sekai. I usually record Project Sekai videos in the nighttime, right after I finish everything there is to do. Unless like a new map's really fun and I really want to try it. I'm yapping so much. I've even run out of things to do in the game, so that's my sign to save the world and quit it, come back tomorrow. Is that a player head? I just noticed like right there. Wow. I need to pay more attention to 1.21. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for this video, yeah, for today. I think I've covered pretty much everything I want to talk about for today's episode. So it's not gonna be like a 2-part series this time. Tomorrow, I think I'll probably be talking about, what should I talk about? I'll come up with an idea and then you'll see tomorrow when I decide to talk about it. But for now, that is going to be it. I'll probably talk about like, what should I do? My history with YouTube. I'm debating between my history of YouTube and that, and like more about life in Korea, like what I do for fun in Korea. Probably the latter. Yeah, probably expect the latter. What I do for fun in Korea. Okay, with that out of the way, I hope you have a great day or night. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.